So people have been asking me about my custom difficulty or slider settings that I play with. Now, although I have it in my playlist, they're not looking at it and they just keep asking me what difficulty I'm using. So I decided to make another one with slight changes to the ones that I have been using. Now this is for limited overs cricket only, T20 and ODI. So starting off with striker timing is 93, base difficulty obviously legend, wicket chance 53. If you're playing T20 and want to take more wickets, maybe you can push it up to 55, but generally 53 is a good balanced number. Now the next one is the biggest change, that is ball quality. Earlier I used to have it around 90, and as the information say on the right side, it is supposed to increase or improve the AI bowling quality. But what happened is that when you push it at 90, the AI used to bowl a lot of full deliveries and a lot of deliveries on the pad on the leg side, making it so easy for us to just wait and leave the offside deliveries and wait for the leg stump deliveries to score easy runs. So thanks to the community, people like Gamer Pradosh and Mani, they have found out that reducing it to 0 fixes the issue. So I tried it at 0 and it's pretty good. But the issue is that now it's completely opposite. At 0, what happens is that the bowler consistently bowls at outside the off stump. Now in real life cricket, people tend to bowl on the middle stump or outside the leg stump, even intentionally or unintentionally. So keeping it at 0 means that most of the deliveries are outside the off stump on a length or short length, which is not that realistic, because you need some deliveries on the middle stump as well to make it look realistic. So from playing, what I found out is that a number of around 5 is perfect. Keep it at 5. If you want extreme challenge, bowlers to bowl only on outside the off stump, you can keep it at 0, but otherwise keep it at 5. 5 is a good number. Now keep in mind, this will not change the fact that the left armers bowling to right hand batsman and right armers bowling to left arm batsman is still poor in the game. They'll still stray down the leg side, but otherwise it improves the game quality. Now run rate, for ODIs I put it at 53, but if you want bigger scores in T20, you can push it up to 55 or maybe even 56, but 53 is a good number for ODIs and 55 T20. For bowling, you can see the settings are same what I used to bowl. Now bowling line sensitivity, this also I used to have at 90. Now if you are poor in bowling, if you are failing to pick wickets, I suggest you push it up to 90. What happens is that if you want to bowl an outswinger full delivery outside the off stump, if you have it 90, whatever you want to bowl, the game will replicate that, especially if you're bowling with a standard or pro control. Now for me, I found too easy with this. Like if I want to consistently bowl a line and length, I was easily able to do this, which is less of a challenge. So I have reduced it to 20-21 bowling sensitivity, which means that if I err in my control a bit, then it will go for wide. So I like that challenge. I don't want to be, I don't want to be too easy. But as I said again, if you want to if you feel you're not that great in bowling, you can push it to 90. Otherwise, if you need a challenge, then I recommend pushing it to 20. Now coming to batting, most of them are same. Ball marker display time is 13. You can just pause the video and copy these values if you want, and otherwise you can just watch the video. Early short timing window, these are all settings that I used to have before, not much change. The advanced short timing difficulty I've reduced a bit from 75 to 66, because this is one of the most difficult shot in the game to play, especially against spinners and slower medium pacers. So I don't play that shot much, so I decided to put it at 66 to have a bit of fun. The other settings are similar. You can just play around with it, 1 or 2 here and there. You can see the ball quality influence is 98, and pretty much the same settings that I used to have before. Ideal input, it means that if you play a shot with ideal timing, then or ideal green bar everywhere, then you should get that much power boost. The rest of the settings, power boost, timing window, power boost, full toss, these are from my previous sliders, so I'm just gonna breeze through them. Timing window, obviously you can reduce it if you are finding it difficult to time the ball, but I have it at 100. which is the max difficulty. I don't like aggressive short power boost, so it's at 0. Now if you're struggling to hit 6s or boundaries, you can push it to 5, 6, 7 or even 10, but the game will get much easier. Coming to feeling, I don't feel at all, so choose any settings you like. And now physics is the most important part of any custom slider, so be sure to copy this. Now understand that I'm having this is a general slider settings for all limited overs games in all conditions, so I have tried to get a balanced settings for all conditions. Swing is 50, not too much, not too low. Sometimes with the new ball you need the swing, and rest of them are pretty generic and balanced for all conditions, and I'm getting pretty good games out of these settings. The AI scoring around 170, 160, 180, and pretty close games. And short force, once again, if you're struggling to hit the ball, long ball for 6s, you can push it up to 56, 57, but that will result in some unrealistic long 6s. So I suggest keeping it between 53 and 55 for T20, and for ODIs also you can keep it around 52, 53, around that number. Now visual speeds are the most important aspect of making the game look realistic. Never go below 85 for pace bowling visual speed. 85 to 90 is the best, and you'll get realistic looking games. Umpiring values, you can copy this if you want. It will allow for certain errors from the umpire. So that's it guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Do play your games with these settings, and do let me know if you're facing any challenges, and do understand that this is going to be the slider that I'll be playing with for the foreseeable future for limited overs cricket, ODIs and T20s. So this is it, this is the final slider. If you'd like to know the slider settings that I'm using for test matches, you can check out my playlist. There's a playlist called camera and slider settings, and I've done some research and made sliders for a lot of countries based on conditions. Now I've made a slider for square turners where you can where there'll be rapid spin, the match will get over in a couple of days. I've also made a slider settings for normal subcontinental pitch, and there are also other videos which will explain how to make sliders for Australian conditions with hard pacey pitch. And also if you're playing in New Zealand and England, I have made slider settings for swing conditions that aid swing. So you can check out these videos if you wish for. It's in my playlist. Once again, it's called camera and slider settings, so do check that out, and don't forget to subscribe, and let me know in the comment section if you have enjoyed these slider videos, or if you think I should make any changes. Don't be shy, let me know. Until me the next time, it's goodbye from me. Take care, have a nice one.